I am on East 4th Street. This is where my old theaters used to be. We're going to be walking by there. And they are right next to the New York Theater Workshop. Now, believe it or not, rent opened at the New York Theater Workshop when I owned those theaters, and I never went to see it. I have never actually set foot inside the New York Theater Workshop, weirdly enough. So this is where my theaters used to be. I used to run the Crane Theater, and I had another one up top called the Red Room. Both closed now, like every other independent art space in this town. Everything's gone. It's all gone. Here we are, seeing Tartuffe with Matthew Brodderick and David Cross, and we will do a little review of it when we get out. And there is the set. Pretty simple. I am there in the third row. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. I know you think it must cost a fortune to see Matthew Brodderick and Tartuffe. Maybe once upon a time, but nobody wants to go see serious theater anymore. So it's actually pretty cheap to get in the third row to see Matthew Brodderick and David Cross do a classical play. If you look at the age of the audience, you can see part of why. This is a dying art form in many ways, at least in this form. Now, it could be because it costs too much. Like, it doesn't cost what you probably think it costs, but, it ain't cheap. So that's definitely part of it. But, okay, so we will review this when it's done. Just getting out of New York Theater Workshop and their production of Tartuffe with Matthew Brodderick and David Cross, Bianca Del Rio. They were great, but the entire cast deserves a shout out. They were all fantastic in the show. Usually when you see this kind of stunt casting, you wind up feeling there are 1,000 starving actors in New York who would do this show better, but then nobody would go to see it. I saw Waiting for Godot last week. Perfect example of stunt casting where nobody certainly would go see Waiting for Godot in those numbers if you didn't have Bill and Ted in it, particularly Keanu Reeves. And yeah, I mean, they are not up to doing Waiting for Godot. Matthew Broderick is a master of theater at the top of his craft. It's very hard with these kind of classical plays to make them authentically funny. He was funny throughout, present, very entertaining. David Cross was great. But like I said, I mean, you have a lot of people here that are not as famous. I mean, Bianca Del Rio is well known. But, and everyone was just fantastic. It had a very interesting ending. I'm going to have to go back and look at the original to see what they changed. They did a song at the end. I don't want to spoil anything, but they really closed out the show by questioning the moral formulation of the upper class family being conned by Tartuffe as being heroic, as being, the moral betters of Tartuffe. I've been seeing a lot of that on stage this year. I think it reflects a loss of confidence in the liberal project. Honestly, I think it reflects a questioning of that kind of moral preening. Because let's face it, New York Theater Workshop, Tartuffe, it's a liberal audience and generally an upscale audience. It seems like they're starting to question themselves in ways they haven't for quite a while on stage. So if you are in New York, definitely check out Tartuffe. Fantastic show, great directing, great cast, great everything, really. Nothing negative to say about it. 110 minutes, no intermission, flew by. Why should people come see Tartuffe?
I don't know. I hope they want to, and they should come.